Yo, what's going on, guys? And today I wanted to talk about the biggest names, in my opinion, who we will be seeing traded this offseason, or really just be in the rumor mill of being moved. So before we start today's video, I want to hear down below right now, what do you guys think are the most likely candidates to be moved? So hit that like and subscribe button when you're coming all the way back up, and let's get into it. Kristaps Porzingis, yes, he's averaging 20 points a night, 9 rebounds, 1.5 assists per game, while getting about 1.4 blocks and half a steal game. And he only has 1.3 turnovers per game, and his PER is 21.48. Okay, that's cool. But really, when I see Kristaps Porzingis, I see a guy who is really slow moving. He really sometimes really seems sluggish out on the court. I sometimes it doesn't seem like he gets 9 rebounds a game, and I really think that's because he's 7'3" and he just grabs up. Because sometimes it just seems like he doesn't fight for rebounds like he used to. He isn't, he doesn't seem like the guy he used to be. And I know technically it's his second season here in Dallas, and it's really his fifth season. Even though he's been in the league for 6 years, he has 1 year he missed completely due to injury. And this isn't the same Kristaps we saw in New York the last year. The last year we saw Kristaps in New York, this guy was a 22 points per game score at 32 minutes and was shooting about 45% from the field and 40% from three, and was getting 2.5 blocks per game, a steal a game, and was grabbing. Yeah, he was only grabbing 7 boards a night, and he's became a better rebounder statistically. I still don't think he's a great rebounder. He's never been a guy who gets more than 2 offensive rebounds. He mainly gets defensive rebounds. Yeah, that's cool, but there's a difference between being a great rebounder, like getting like 10 rebounds a game, and 9 of those rebounds are defensive rebounds, compared to a guy who gets 9 or 10 rebounds a game, and 8 to 9 of those rebounds are offensive. I know that doesn't really happen. It's more like 4, 5, 6 at most of those offensive rebounds. It's just he doesn't seem like it's working here, and it's not the same Kristaps we knew. And I would move on, try to get as many assets as you can. Let me hear what you guys think about that one. Next up, CJ McCollum. Damian Lillard has willed this team. First off, Terry Stotts needs to be fired, I think, and it's just over. Terry Stotts, he's the Jeff Fisher of the NBA, and they brought Norman Powell. Yeah, he's a little undersized to play small forward, even though he plays like he's 6'7", 6'6". I think they brought in Norman Powell to facilitate a CJ McCollum deal, and CJ McCollum has played great. And they have Anthony Simons, who I believe could replace him. I really do believe it, and I really like Nazir Little, Robert Covington. Josip Nurkic is another guy that could be packaged, because Josip Nurkic, you can tell the injuries have affected him, and he's not the same rebounding defensive guy he was 2-3 years ago. And I think Josip Nurkic and Enes Kanter are at the same level. I'd rather keep Enes Kanter and Harry Giles. I think they can fulfill what Josip Nurkic is doing now. And I think CJ McCollum, you could try to get Ben Simmons or Bradley Beal. You might have to give up CJ McCollum, Josip Nurkic, probably Anthony Simons, Nazir Little, and a bunch of other guys just to get Bradley Beal. And I don't think that's going to happen, but I really think CJ McCollum, you could flip him for... I don't know if Indiana Pacers would be willing to give up Karis LeVert and Myles Turner, but those are two players you could be interested in, or Jeremy Lamb and Myles Turner, or maybe Malcolm Brogdon and Myles Turner. I think Myles Turner would be a really good fit if you put CJ McCollum and Josip Nurkic, but then I don't know if Indiana want to do that because they have Domantas Sabonis. Then you think about shooting guards. Terrence Ross would be great on this team, but he's obviously a downgrade from CJ McCollum. Then you want picks, but if you're the Trailblazers, you want guys who can come in right now and make a effort and help this team become a contender. So let me hear your opinions on somebody they could go for. Obviously, like a Brandon Ingram type player would be great, or something along those lines, another all-star. Next, Kyle Lowry, I think, is the interesting one. Kyle Lowry, 35 years old. If you look at this team, okay, this team, two oldest players are Aaron Baines and Kyle Lowry, both 34 and 35 respectively. Then the next oldest player is 28 with Chris Boucher and Rodney Hood tied at, and Kem Birch. So this team doesn't need to go into a rebuild. What they need to do is flip Kyle Lowry for just assets, players that who were maybe late first round picks or people that they deem busts, and hopefully they can convert those players into maybe give them a resurgence and see if they can actually develop into respectable role players. Because right now, Gary Trent, OG Anunoby, and Fred VanVleet, Pascal Siakam, Chris Boucher all look legit. Then Malachi Flynn's been looking good lately. I personally think Freddie Gillespie is going to be good. Stanley Johnson's been decent. Same thing with DeAndre Bembry. They got Rodney Hood, Kem Birch, all a bunch of good guys. They just need retooling. This is going to be more of a retooling for them. And Kyle Lowry, they should try to maybe work a deal with the Thunder and get some of their gun guys that they feel like they don't want anymore. Or you can look at a team like the Chicago Bulls. I know they just recently did the trade, but maybe you could get like Thomas Stanorowski or something like that from them. I think there's a lot of deals you could look at. And the next team is the Indiana Pacers. It's Myles Turner specifically or Domantas Sabonis. And I know a lot of Indiana Pacers fans love Domantas Sabonis. And Domantas Sabonis for the first quarter to the first third of the NBA season was actually in a top 5 MVP candidate. He was he's having a career year this year, but he was basically averaging a triple-double to start the year. And his three-point shooting has gone down. I mean, he's taking the most attempts, almost 3 attempts a game. He's shooting 30% on the season. How many three-pointers he's attempted? 139 on the season. And that's the most three-pointers he's attempted since his rookie year. And his rookie year, he shot 159. He shot 32%. That's when he was playing more of a power forward role, it seemed like, in OKC his first year. And then for the past 3 years, it was like he was playing more of a center role because, his rebounding got up, his assists went up. He has 6 assists, 11 rebounds. His blocking isn't there, but he started getting more steals, being more active on the passing lanes, and he's averaging 20 points a night, basically. I like him. He's not a great defender, and that's the only downside. Then you got Myles Turner, who's been out for a while, and you got Goga Bitadze, who, when he came in, he's only played this year 37 minutes a night, and he gets 1.2 blocks, so you could argue he could replace Myles Turner, so you could flip Myles Turner for somebody. And then you could argue, do they want to trade Malcolm Brogdon or Karis LeVert? It's pretty interesting what they're doing there, because we really don't know what they're going to do. But yeah, if anyone's going to trade there, I think it's Myles Turner, and then they replace him with Goga. Let me hear your thoughts. And finally, San Antonio Spurs. They're going to trade DeMar DeRozan, in my opinion. Time to move on, ladies and gentlemen. He's a great player, but this team is going to embrace the young ball transition, positionless basketball, and the oldest player on this roster is going to be Patty Mills. Maybe they keep Rudy Gay. I doubt it. I think maybe also Gorgie Dang could stay, but DeMar DeRozan is more of a power forward now. He's having a good year, and he's 31, but I think what they're going to keep is Patty Mills and Gorgie Dang at most as their 2 30-year-olds, and then the next oldest guy, Derek White, Yoko Pirtle. I think they keep Keita Bates, Diapo, Quindary, Witherspoon, DeJounte Murray, Drew Eubanks, Lonnie Walker IV, Lucas Semenka, Trey Jones, Keldon Johnson, Devin Vassell. That's all the future. Positionless basketball, win in transition, space the floor, swing the basketball around, cut to the basket, slashing, a lot of ball movement. And yeah, DeMar DeRozan played a vital part in this innovation, but hey, let's trade him to a contending team that would put him in their big 3. He's averaging 7.2 assists per game, which is a career high. Great for him for being able to evolutionize his game at the age of 31. He's shooting, 25% from 3, which is not great at 1.5 attempts per game, but he's shooting 88% from the free throw line, still 50% from the field, getting about a steal a night, half a block a night with those 7 assists, 5 rebounds a game. And I think he's great. He only has 2 turnovers a game, still a 20-point scorer. In his 8th year in a row, he's scoring 20 points. I think DeMar DeRozan is still one of the best mid-range shooters in the entire league. But basically, that's it for me, guys. Today, guys. I just want to hear your opinions. I'm gonna sip my scooter coffee, and I'm gonna tell you guys au revoir. Goodbye.